Hi, in this video we can talk about namespace in the Kubernetes. First we see what is namespace. Namespace is like the group that in the Kubernetes cluster we can place the pod deployment replicas at that namespace. This means that all resources are placed in this namespace. We can use this namespace to we can prevent the co- complexity. For example, if there are run so many pods run in the Kubernetes cluster, this means we can use this namespace to separate that pods. This pods work for this purposes. Like that, we can separate that pods and the resources. For example, if the company have the two sides, one is the development and the another one is the production sites. They both have separate namespaces. That means there are a lot of users who work in that development and the production sites. They will create the pod and the other resources in their own namespace. So this will reduce the complexity between this development and the production sites. So this is the way to use the namespace. Let's move to next slide. Here we can see that example picture of that namespace. Here I have one image. This image that contains the three namespaces. This is like the group. We can place the pod, replica set, service and other resources of Kubernetes in this namespace. This means we can easily find the resources where we can deploy that. So here this is the purpose the namespace used. Let's see how to create the namespace, how to create the pod in that namespace. Then I open my AWS management console. Here I already have the three running nodes. I connected to the master node here. Now we are in the master node. Let's see how to create the namespace in that Kubernetes. First we will check the namespace, default namespace in this Kubernetes. First type kubectl get namespace. This command helps to see what are the default namespace running in this Kubernetes. Defaultly there are 5 namespace running here. Let's see how to create the new namespace in this Kubernetes cluster. kubectl create namespace, then enter the namespace name. I will give the name dev. Now you got one response that namespace will created. Let's check. Here you can see one namespace will created. Name is dev. So this is the command used to create the namespace in the Kubernetes cluster. Let's see how to create the pod in that namespace. kubectl run. I will give the name app1, then enter the image. I will give the name nginx, then I not mentioned any namespace here, then I will give enter. Now one pod will created. This pod will created in the default namespace. Let's check. kubectl get pod -0 wide. Let's see. This pod will be created in the default namespace, and also type this command also kubectl get pod -A. This command will show the pods running in that namespace. Here you can see name default, app1 run in the default namespace. So if you don't give any namespace here, it will automatically created in the default namespace. We can create another pod in our created namespace. kubectl run. Here I will give the name app2, then image, then here I will give the name Nginx. I use an Nginx image. Then here we can mention the where we can place the pod. Here we can mention the namespace name. So this is the way to give the namespace name. Namespace. Then then enter the namespace name. So here we can check this is our last created namespace dev. I will give the name. Then enter. We got the one response. We created the pod in app2 name. Again I type the command kubectl get pod. This means it will show the only the default namespace only here show that. So if we here we create app2 but here show like app1. So here we can type this command kubectl get pod, then enter the -n equal to, then here I enter the namespace name. So here you can see this meaning of this command means it will show the pod running in the dev namespace. So here you can see app2 that running in the dev namespace. Let's briefly check this pod. kubectl describe, then enter the pod, then enter the pod name. So here also we can mention, it will consider the default. Here also we can mention n equal to dev. So it will show the briefly explanation of our pod created in the dev namespace. So you can see this is the pod name, it is the namespace dev. So it means it created in the dev namespace. It will show the other properties here. So this is the way to create the namespace and place the pod in that namespace. So this command helps to see the all pods that running in the, it show the all pod and all names. kubectl get pod, then enter the, this means its command show the what are the pods running in the namespaces. Here you can see in default here we can run the app1 namespace, then here dev namespace we can run the app2. Let's see how to delete this pod running in this different namespaces. Type this command kubectl delete, then in pod, here we can enter the pod name. Pod name is app2, that app2 pod will run in the dev namespace. Here I will give app2, then -n equal to, I will give the dev. It means this command will delete the pod running in the dev namespace. So now we got the one response deleted. So we can again check. Here we got app1 only running, that is the default namespace. So this is the way to delete the pod that run in the different namespace. We try to delete this. kubectl delete pod app1. So if you can enter, it will delete, because if you do not mention any namespace here, it will take this default. So it will delete it automatically, this app1. I give enter. So now you can see deleted. Let's say type the same command. No pod out, no pod run here. So this is the means, if we do not give any namespace here, it will consider as the default. So this is the topic of a namespace. So this is the way to create and create a namespace and place a pod in the namespace, and this is the way to delete the pod in that namespace. Thank you.